Hey everyone, welcome to Adventures in Everyday Cooking, where every day can be an adventure in your kitchen. My name is Heather, and these videos are the TasteBuds videos. Yay! So this month's TasteBuds subscription came in, and the recipes that they have ready for us look fantastic. This month it is spicy sweet sloppy joes, creamy chicken pasta, and Mexican street corn chowder. Now, I polled some of you guys on Facebook and asked if you wanted to see these, and there was a resounding yes, you wanted to see these, so I thought I would go ahead and do them for you and have fun doing it. For those of you that don't know what TasteBuds is, that is a subscription from Pampered Chef where you get 3 exclusive recipe cards along with another little kind of reminder to put on your refrigerator or whatever else. They also come with the seasonings required to use the cards. So this month's seasonings are chili lime, honey sriracha, and garlic parmesan. And maybe it was just me, but I think everybody also got the super veggie pack, which is it's 4 servings of vegetables per packet that you can put into your sloppy joes and no one will know. Shh. Now, I'm actually gonna be making the sloppy joes for someone else, not actually my family, so I'm not gonna hide these in there, but I am super excited about using this in the future. Okay, so I kind of did a blind pick to see what was gonna go first because all of them looked really delicious. And what won out was the chicken corn chowder. So today we are gonna do the chicken corn chowder. Okay, so before we start, I wanted to let you know how much this meal costs per the breakdown of the current prices as of this moment. So the total cost for this meal, which it serves for, is $7.32. That is very good. However, if you add the optional ingredients, it bumps the price all the way up to $9.18. Now, I say all the way up because the difference between those two prices is kind of significant when you're talking about budgeting every month. However, even at $10 a meal for 4 people, that's a pretty good deal and that's a pretty good recipe. So, you want to cook along with me? I'm going to tell you what you need. You're going to need 2 tablespoons of butter, 1 medium onion chopped, 1 red bell pepper chopped, 2 tablespoons of the chili lime rub, plus more for sprinkling at the end, 1 quart or 1 liter of vegetable stock or water, 3 cups of frozen corn, but you can also use fresh, half of a cup of grated cotija cheese. Now, you can also use Parmesan for that as well. Optionally, it says you can add in half of a cup of heavy cream, cilantro leaves, more grated cotija cheese, diced avocado, chili lime rub, and lime wedges. In addition, you can actually add some protein to your chowder by stirring in leftover ground beef or shredded chicken, or even crumbling it with bacon. Now, the instructions are pretty easy. However, this month you're gonna need a special tool. You're gonna need an immersion blender or a regular traditional blender. Thankfully, I have one. Otherwise, your corn just won't be as creamy. It's no big deal if you don't have one, I assume, but it will make the chowder a little creamier. I'm thinking to myself, I'm just shooting off the hip here. If you don't have an immersion blender and you don't have a regular blender, just use creamed corn. And then the creaming has already been done for you, right? All right, you guys, are you ready for this adventure? Let's make this Mexican street corn chowder. It looks delicious and it's lunchtime. Let's go. Okay, so here we go. So I'm just gonna follow the directions. I did read all the way through the directions, so I do know kind of the processes that we're gonna go through. But first of all, we're gonna heat our skillet with the butter inside and we're gonna saute our veggies. And that doesn't include the corn, because corn really isn't a veggie anyway. Okay, we're gonna go to medium heat and get our butter in. Oh, and I forgot to mention that the prep time for this is all of 5 minutes. All I had to do was dice my onions and my bell pepper and grate my cotija cheese if you didn't buy it already grated. And the total time in the skillet, including prep time, is 30 minutes. So it doesn't quite fit under the get it together and go heading, but close. It's just gonna come together really quickly. And I think the extra time actually comes from using the immersion blender. But if you use creamed corn, you can cut off that time. So now that we have this melting, let's go ahead and add our medium onion. It works out to about 1.5 cups of onion, and the red bell pepper was about 1 cup of bell pepper. And then immediately we're gonna need to add in that chili lime rub at the beginning of the recipe. So that is 2 tablespoons of the chili lime rub. Ooh, that smells good. All right, and there's still a significant amount in there. You'll know if you watched my other TasteBuds review video that I was a little bummed that there wasn't a ton left over. So here I feel like there's enough to make an additional serving of this, or 4 servings of this chowder. All right, let's give it a mix. And we're gonna wanna saute this for about 7 minutes or until the veggies are soft and fragrant. All right, while that's sauteing, go ahead and get your other things ready. So I have my 1/2 cup of heavy cream, my lemon wedges for garnishing later, my extra cotija cheese, my cilantro leaves, and my avocado. We're about 2 minutes in, they look pretty soft. And I'm gonna go ahead and get my avocado cut now. I didn't wanna cut it much earlier because I didn't want it to brown, but now that we are all ready to go, I'm just gonna go ahead and get it cut. But I'm going to leave it in its skin here so that it doesn't go brown as much as it could. Yeah, I know Pampered Chef has a fancy avocado tool, but I had my knife dirty already, so that's what I used. Okay, I'm just gonna store it like this so that it's all ready to go. So now really, this meal is ready to just come together. All right, here about 4 minutes in, I feel like my vegetables are really soft, and that's probably because I'm using induction, and the heat and the enameled cast iron just really does a really good job spreading out the heat and making it really nice. Okay, next step is to add the stock and 1/2 of the corn. So here is my vegetable stock, and then 1/2 our corn. That's about 1.5 cups. And the note said that if you wanted it to be a really smooth soup, go ahead and add it all in right here. But I actually do want some of that texture in there, so I'm going to leave it out for now, because once this simmers for a little while, we're actually going to use the immersion blender and get all of the veggies cut up and into a soft puree. So then we're gonna add this in, cook it for the remaining time, and we'll have those crunchy bits in it. All right, so we're just gonna wait for that to simmer, and then we're gonna simmer for about 5 minutes. Okay, the time is up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn off the burner for right now, and we are going to use the immersion blender to blend up this. I'm a little worried because I chose a small, shallow pot. Hopefully it doesn't make a total mess. Oh no, that's all right. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna blend this up. Okay, we're just gonna call that good. Yeah, I mean, there's still a few lumps of corn here and there. I'm sure that if I would have put it in like the blender, it would have been really, really pureed and smooth, but beggars can't be choosers, right? I want lunch. So let's see, put it back on medium heat. All right, and add in the remaining corn. And we are going to bring it to a boil and then let it cook for 2 minutes. And then you guys, we're gonna add little bits, and that's it. We'll be done. Okay, our 2 minutes is up. We're going to turn off the heat altogether. We are going to mix in our 1/2 cup of cotija cheese, and we're also going to mix in the heavy cream if you're using it. And if you are on a calorie restricted diet, definitely leave that one out. So we're just gonna mix this up just a bit to get it all incorporated. And the reason we're adding the cream at the end is because we don't want it to curdle, says the directions. Okay, that's it. Let's ladle this up, get it garnished, and see what it tastes like. Okay, here we go. Ooh, You can see the cheese in it. You could see all of the corn. Wow. And we are going to garnish with all of the other things. We are going to sprinkle with some cilantro leaves for beauty and of course also for deliciousness. Those of you who do not like cilantro and think it tastes like soap, it's okay, you can leave this one out. We'll sprinkle with a little bit more cotija cheese. And let's not forget our avocado. You know what they didn't have us get was the jalapenos. Well, I wish I had jalapenos. Why did you not tell me to get jalapenos? And then I'm not exactly sure how we're supposed to serve the lime on the soup, but we will. Okay. Well, let's get a close-up. All right, this is Pampered Chef's picture. And this is mine. Not bad, other than the fact I have grated cotija cheese and they have whole cotija cheese. Also, they have jalapeno and I got no jalapeno. But the directions don't say anything about jalapeno. So that's fine. I feel gypped. Get yourself a jalapeno so you can make it look like the picture. Okay, it also says you can sprinkle a little bit of chili lime over the top. So I'll just sprinkle over the tiniest bit so it will give it a pop of color. And let's taste this. All right, put the lime in there and now I realize that I need to squeeze the lime over the soup. Okay, here we go. Let's squeeze our lime all into the soup. All right, here we go. So I'm just gonna take a bite of the soup first and then I'll do it with the fixins or the add-ins. Ooh, you know, I wasn't expecting that. That tastes really good. I was expecting it to taste good, but that's really good. Okay, I'm gonna get a piece of cilantro, a piece of avocado. That was all the extra. Oh, and a piece of the chili lime, the extra chili lime seasoning. Make sure I have a bite of corn. And here we go. Oh, you guys, this is for sure a recipe I will make again. Wow! This tastes like Mexican street corn, but way better. I feel like if I would have put it in the blender, it would be a little creamier. Right now, it's so good, but like I said, I think I could have even gotten it a little creamier because I can feel the texture of some of those bell peppers in my mouth, which is not a bad thing at all. But I can definitely see why put it in the blender. Or if I would have had a taller stock pot, I could have immersion blended it until it was completely smooth. But I don't know if you caught it in the video, but it came out of the pot a couple times. Yes. 100% yes. This is a good recipe. This is one of those things that I will make for all fall and winter long because it was so easy, came together all together in one pot. I only had to dirty up the immersion blender, but if I was to put it into my, look over there because my deluxe cooking blender is right there. I could have just put it into that. But I was like, oh, it says immersion blender, so I'll just use that. But you guys, the flavor of this is fantastic. So I hope that you're gonna try it. And if you have your Pampered Chef TasteBuds subscription and you're ready to try this month's recipes, do it. Do this one. Wow, is it good. I mean, those of you who are still in the really warm climates where it's still 100 degrees, maybe hold off on this one until the end of the month. But I don't know, it is that good that you wouldn't mind that it's hot outside. This is a great soup. Wow. I'm impressed, 5 stars, love it. All right, you guys, did you enjoy that video? If you did, give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. This week, I'm doing all of the TasteBuds recipes, so there are 3. And again, the names of them are Sweet and Spicy Sloppy Joes, Creamy Chicken Pasta, and of course, the Mexican Street Corn. So the next recipe I'm gonna do is the spicy sweet sloppy joes. So I'll see you on Wednesday for the next recipe. Bye, you